Good morning. It's Monday, August 18th, 2025, and we want to welcome you here to In the Loop with BVTV News. We are live here in Bristol Village just Monday morning with the latest in news, changes, cancellations, weekly weather, inspiration with Dudley Bolser, Who's interview with special guest Bob Ringhiser. He's going to be talking about the upcoming car show, some upcoming events later on with Sandy. And big thank you to our sight and sound guys today, Jim Boyce and Terry Frey with us. And I am your co-host, Stacy Hobbs.
Well, it's good to be back live on BVTV and in your homes this morning. I'm Sandy Pulver, co-host, and delighted to be ready to share what's coming your way. And so for us to begin, I'm going to turn this mic back to you, Stacy.
Right. And seeing as we're live and we've not been live the past few Mondays, you can catch our shows on YouTube. So if you just look up www.youtube.com/BVTV in the loop, you can find us there with all our recent episodes that you may have missed. I know you want to stay in the loop, right?
That's exactly right. That's why we got that title.
Yeah. Well, in Appalachian Trail news, we have 18 finishers currently of the 33 who started this trail.
That's good.
So keep it up with our latest finisher being Peggy Lieb. So, and Sam, her husband, is right on her heels. So next week, I'm sure he'll be on the list of finishers. And then today, there'll be no Zumba this evening. Instead, I will be at my daughter Sadie's. She's going to be a freshman in high school. So it's her freshman, high school, senior,
orientation,
or not senior, but freshman orientation tonight. It happens to be just during Zumba. So no Zumba tonight. And then the rest of the week's pretty standard this week, but the enrichment hour is at 7:30 this Thursday, and the Community Action Committee is going to be here. And Kelly, I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. It looks like Cupcake. So I've never heard that last name. I may be pronouncing it wrong, but Kelly Cupcake, I like it.
Yeah.
We'll be providing an overview of the Community Action Program, and we'll share Community Action's annual Community Impact Report and its comprehensive community resource guide. How many times can I say community?
One more time?
One more time. And then Saturday we have our live and kicking at potluck that evening at 5:15 with our chair volleyball in the multi-purpose room following at 6 o'clock. Always a good time. I think you guys have 2 nets set up.
We have had, yes.
Yeah, so that's growing if you want to be a part of that. I know they'll love to have you. Sunday, we have religious liberal fellowships, coffee and conversation at 2 p.m. in the residence cottage. Then that evening, Vespers will meet at 7:30. And the speaker this Sunday will be Chaplain Paul.
He's back.
He's back. So that's it for this week's news changes and cancellations. I'll turn it over to Dudley Bolser for our inspiration.
Well, thank you. And I'm happy to be with you this morning. And in the last few days, I've been thinking about faith. And what exactly does faith consist of? For we read in Hebrews 11:6, and without faith, it is impossible to please God. And so we understand that faith is something that is most important in our Christian lives. When I was thinking of faith, I realized there's all kinds of faith. In fact, we live by faith. Everybody in this world lives by faith. In fact, Sandy's living by faith right now by sitting in that chair because she had faith that that chair would hold her up and not collapse when she sat down on it. And so there is all kinds of faith. But this morning we'd like to think basically on biblical faith. And we read in Hebrews 11:1, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. And what exactly does that mean? What is an explanation of that statement about faith? I'd like to give an illustration. This little boy and his father, the boy was about 9 years old, and he was out. They were out on the lake fishing, and the father says, "Son, you're going to have a birthday in about 2 months, and I think that you have gotten to the place where you can use a bicycle. So I will be buying you a bicycle for your birthday." And the little boy, of course, was quite happy about that. He couldn't wait to get home and see his friends and tell them that he was going to get a bicycle. Oh, some of his friends says, "Do you have the bicycle yet?" "No." "Well, how do you know you're going to get a bicycle?" "Well, my dad told me he's going to buy me a bicycle." Yeah. Dad's always telling us that. And then they never come across with it. And the little boy says, "No, you just wait and see. My dad will buy a bicycle. I will get a bicycle for my birthday." Now, why was that little boy so confident that his dad was going to get him a bicycle? The little boy was confident because he knew his father, and he had confidence in the character of his father. And I would like to ask you a question. As a Christian, what is your faith in? Is your faith in the love of God? Is your faith in God's mercy? Is your faith in God's forgiveness? Is your faith in God's grace? Or is your faith in God, in Him and His character? You see, a promise is only as good as the person who makes that promise. I ask myself, do I have faith and trust in God no matter what others say or no matter what the circumstances are? Because you see, faith is based on trust. The foundation of trust is knowing the person and their character that we have faith in. We sing, as Christians, we have a hymn. We sing, "Standing on the promises of God that will not fail." And how do we know that? Because we know God and we know His character. You see, faith is based upon the person of God and His character. And the more we know God, the stronger our faith will be, because we know Him and we know His character. And my challenge to you this week is get to know God better. Get to know Him as a person better. And then learn of His character. And this can be done by spending time in studying His Word, meditating on His Word, and fellowshipping with Him in prayer. Let's pray. Our Father and our God, we thank You and we praise You that we can stand on Your promises because we know You and we know Your character. And You're trustworthy. Help us, Lord, in this coming week, that we will seek even greater knowledge of You and of Your character, so that our faith will stand strong and secure no matter what we face in our life. in this coming week. For we ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Once again, we were blessed.
Thank
We're always
you.
blessed with Dudley.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have a great week ahead,
Well, thank you. You do the same.
and we might call on you once again.
Oh, that's all right. Let me know at least a day or two ahead.
I will, more so than just 10 minutes, okay?
Okay.
God bless you and have a great week. Be
Thank
safe.
you.
Well, today's special guest is one of our own residents. It's Bob Ringhiser, and he's here to tell us about the exciting show that's coming up here in September the 6th. So welcome to the Loop, in the Loop here, Bob.
Okay, thank
Have
you.
a seat, yes.
It's good to be here.
Well, it's good to have you. And you're
Yeah.
nice bright blue. That looks
Yeah,
good
we're
on
my
you.
color matched,
Well,
aren't
kind
we?
of, almost, yeah. We
Yeah.
got a little bit of color here.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, first of all, we're going to start out. Can you tell us a little bit about how the cars got you interested? I mean, what got you interested in the car shows?
Well, thank you for having me, but I guess I've always had an interest in car shows or in cars, period. Grew up in the 50s and we came of age and cars were important in the late 50s and middle 50s, and they had class and they had style.
Yeah.
And buddies in high school, it was always one-upsmanship, and we just liked cars. But when I was working and get out of high school and was working, I never had time to pursue the hobby. And when I retired, why, I got to reminiscing and went looking for my very first car. And that was a 49 Plymouth convertible. That's the one the wife and I met in and spent a lot of time in, going to drive-in movies and other things. And took me about 3 years, but I found one in Florida, and I bought that car. And while it was restored externally, it wasn't mechanically sound. I had to do a lot of work on it, and started going to car shows and just found a whole new community and people with like interest, and that's kind of how it all started.
How far away do you go to see a show? I mean, what's the farthest way that you've traveled?
Well, probably no more than 75, 100 miles. I try to stay in the area. I've been to Newark and been to Columbus and down on the river, Portsmouth, and across the river, Ripley, West Virginia, and those kind of places. So I'm on my third car now, and I just enjoy driving the old cars. It's got style.
Yeah.
Back in my day, well, you could spot a Ford or a Chevy coming a mile away. Today, to me, cars just don't have that kind of distinction. It's more on gizmos and computers and what the car can do, and even self-driving cars. But
I saw you cruising through the village here the other day. Was that a convertible, wasn't it?
yes,
That was a nice car.
yeah, what I have now is a 62 Buick Invicta convertible. It's a very rare car. Very, very few people have seen the Invicta and or even heard of it. Buick was a pretty popular model, but this particular model is pretty unique. So,
Can you tell us, our viewers, what's happening on September 6th here in the village?
well, registration officially is from 9 to 12. I can tell you beforehand that people will start arriving probably at 8:30. I went to a car show this weekend, and the official registration was 10 o'clock. I got there at 8:30, and there was already 25 cars there. So people do arrive early. It's $15 registration for the cars, and there'll be 3 different food trucks here and a DJ. We're going to do it out here on the open grass in the open field. Like I said, registration is 9 to 12, and the awards or trophies are at 3:30. We have top 30 trophies for top 30. I have trophies for Best GM, Best Ford, and Best Mopar. And then there's also specialty trophies, we call them. There's one for Director's Choice and one for Best of Show. So it'll be a full day. I'm hopeful for a good turnout. Like I said, I went to one Saturday and there was 100 cars. I went to one yesterday, it was 300 cars. So.
Now, is this a money-making event for us here in the village?
Well, my hope is to break even.
Okay.
We may make a little money. Like I said, I've gotten a lot of donations, a lot of participation from the businesses in the community, and a lot of people have helped out with the trophies. So we won't have a big expense going in, but hopefully it will be turn a few dollars. My main objective is to promote Bristol Village. I think this is an event that I just talked to the sales and marketing people, and it's something that I have a passion for, and they got behind it and offered to help me, and I think it's an opportunity. I hope that the residents will come out, visit, look at the old cars and reminisce with the owners. I can tell you that they'll all be more than happy to talk about them, and hopefully the residents can share some of their good experiences about Bristol Village. I think it's a fantastic community, and we just need to get the word out.
Speaking of that, who are our sponsors? I mean, I know you had a list of sponsors and you'd like to mention them.
Okay.
Do you have it handy? Would you like to let our folks know who is actually backing you up on this?
Yeah, I've gotten sponsors, some cash and some door prizes from Advanced Auto Parts, O'Reilly Auto Parts, AutoZone, Napa, Bob Evans, Vinton County National Bank, Harbert's Barbershop, Gray Storage, Mike and Darlene Simpson, National Church Residences, of course, Walmart, Take 5 Car Wash, Fred's Pizza, Gleason's Paint and Body Shop, Tim's Tires, Beyond Basics Detail, Waverly Quick Lube, Waverly Tire, Hometown Chevrolet, and Midas Auto in Chillicothe. They've all contributed either in the way of cash money
Or for our
to help
raffles
with
too,
the
right?
trophies or door prizes. I've probably got excess of 50 donations or door prizes so far.
That's gonna be fun.
to,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we'll do a 50-50 raffle, and then we'll also do or sell tickets for the door prize drawings.
Okay.
And so hopefully it's a good day.
Rain or shine, you want to be there, right?
Yeah.
Well, we want to thank you for being here this morning, Bob.
Don't mention the word rain.
Oh, we're not going to have no rain.
No.
I think I've seen enough rain for this
Okay.
year. But we'll just pray for that you have a good day today, and
Okay.
thank you for your time.
Well,
It's
thank you for having
really
me.
been really good. Yes.
Come out and see a lot of good cars.
Yeah, a little cruising around.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Man,
it.
if we had those in our early days, we really, I mean, it's been fun watching those cars go by and give me a ride.
Yeah.
I'd take a ride in your convertible. Yes. Well, for our upcoming events, you want to mark your calendars starting Monday, September 6th. There's a Monday morning Bible study. It will begin a new season. I'm excited to have Becky Papero here next week as our person of interest to tell us some of the studies that we're having as well as those that are leading the classes. Another start for the year ahead is a Bristol Chorus. That's going to be Tuesday, September 9th, and that's at 9:45. It's in the rehearsal room, and it's a great season to coming up with some music, studies, and fun. Now, speaking of fun, on September 18th, a Thursday, starting our annual, or it's kind of a seasonal bowling. It starts at 1:30, but we'd like for you to be there at 1:15. It's at the Shawnee Bowling Lanes. It's a wonderful time with residents getting together and kind of competing in some fun with some teams. It's a really great time. To sign up, there is a sheet across from the rehearsal room. There's probably about 11 or so folks that have already signed up. So if you need any questions to be asked, or answered, I should say, you want to contact Tony Waters. And if you have your pencil ready, it's 740-708-1144. Now that's Tony Waters. She's taking over this year. It's 740-708-1144. You also want to mark your calendars for September 25th. It's from 12 to 2. It's a vaccine services from Kroger Health's team. It'll be here in the Glenn Center. Again, that will be probably in the rehearsal room. And if you need some questions answered for maybe some of the shots that you might need, you want to call Kroger Pharmacy, and they usually have a list, or maybe even Walmart. They'll tell you what you have coming. And the number for Kroger is 740-947-0128. Okay, for those interested to see the 8 plant tour, the last one for this year is September 20th. It's going to be here where there's a sign-up sheet by the banking station. It's the same day as our annual yard sale that begins at 9 o'clock till 3, or when you sell out. You want to contact Dawn Holton on that to reserve your tables. And her number, boy, you had to have your pencil ready this morning, didn't they? Mm-hmm. 740-970-0548. Right now, she doesn't have a whole lot that's signed up. So if you're really interested, please get in touch with her so that she can make arrangements getting the tables that you need for the sale. Plans are in the making for our first Alzheimer's fundraiser. Now that's September. There's a lot going on in September, Stacy. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. That's on the 19th from 10 to 12. This event will be shared with the Portsmouth and Chillicothe cities with a fundraiser that will help the cause for Alzheimer's. What money is made by your sponsors or your donations will be split between the 2 cities. If you decide to walk a mile or 5 miles, or just take a trot around once or twice through the Glenn Center there and the walking track, this money that you make, or like I said, donated, will be split between the 2 cities for this cause. There will be music, some raffles, shirts, and a take-home lunch bag. Now, I'm overseeing a bake sale, so I will have a sign-up sheet for those that are interested in doing some baking for us. It would be a great way to make a little extra money and a treat in your lunch bag. We're not going to give you a treat in that lunch bag. It's going to be real food, but you can buy cakes or cookies or whatever. Volunteers are needed in different ways and areas here in the Bristol Village. Now, if one of these interests you, please give the person that oversees this and give them a call, or just show up. For an example, the Weed Warriors on Mondays and Tuesdays, they start early in the morning because of the summer heat, but they'll get back to their normal hours come fall. But if you're interested, the tools are available. Just show up and help out if you can. Then to the library, there's always need there. Dusting shelves, setting up books, or whatever. Contact Irene Martin on that, and she will be in need of help if you can help her in that way. Also, too, there's an interest in the Waverly community. If you'd like to be out in the city here a little bit, the food pantry, if you can work 3 hours a week, it'd be really great by checking clients in, maybe stocking shelves, or sort out deliveries. Now, you want to contact Sherry Kennison, and her phone number is 740-835-7689. And I will be having Bill Webb coming here, I think it's the 8th of September. We're going to be talking a little bit more about the food pantry and the parade that's coming up, so it should be a lot of fun. Just a plug for potluck, we are always using and needing help setting up. It's a Saturday night social meal time. It's a great time to get together. So if there's a spot that you can feel involved, supportive, to make a good help here in the village, please do so and try to find your niche. To get away from this seriousness, I've been really serious through this whole thing. Let's end it up by setting this date. It's November 10th. It's a little far away, but it's something to look forward to. It's an Ogilvy Festive of Lights in Wheeling, West Virginia. Now, the cost is $89, which includes a $15 voucher to Cracker Barrel, and that's in St. Clairsville. Plus, you have a guide, a book on our shopping. We women like to shop. And of course, we're going to see the Christmas lights. Now, they'll be leaving Chillicothe at 12:30 and returning by 10 o'clock. And your payment would want to be sent to Sandy's Travels, by October 1st. Now with that, Stacy, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Okay.
Give us some happy thoughts,
Happy thoughts like happy birthdays?
like happy birthdays.
Okay, let's do that. So today we have Virginia Roberts' birthday. Tomorrow is Bill Wiles' birthday. 22nd is Jim Weaver. And the 23rd is Betty Entler and Hazel Leisering. And so happy birthday to you guys this week. Not too many, so you guys get together and invite me over for some cake and ice cream, and I will be right there.
Maybe Miss Cupcake will help you.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
That's
cute.
right. And then the weather for this week, today is a high of 87, partly cloudy. If you're getting sick of watering your plants, I have bad news for you. You have to continue to water this week. We're not going to see much rain. Tomorrow's a high of 92, a low of 71, sunny. Wednesday's the only chance of rain that I can see so far this week. It's 30% chance of storms, and it's a high of 87. Thursday is a high of 86, partly cloudy. Friday, 86. Saturday, 87. And a little cooler on Sunday, a high of 82. That's nice, but yeah, you're still going to have to pull out that hose or get that watering can out for a little while longer. With it being very dry. There I go, tapping my papers. I'm about ready to get yelled at.
Nah.
Yeah, no. But today, as I was looking through the news, I had stumbled across this, which I wanted to share with you. Social isolation and loneliness in older adults is a significant public health concern. With news today highlighting its prevalence and associated risk, researchers indicate that a substantial portion of older adults experience loneliness, with some studies showing rates around 33% feeling lonely, some or often. Factors like living alone, loss of loved ones, and declining health contribute to this issue. The consequences of social isolation can be severe, including increased risk of physical and mental health problems like high blood pressure, heart disease, and depression. So I just want to let you know that please, if you're feeling like this, if you're feeling lonely, please reach out to Chaplain Paul, any of our staff members, a friend, a neighbor, and just let them know how you're feeling, because we have plenty of resources here today to help you. I thought about with Bob and his interview today and his passion about old cars, and I know with Jim Boyce, he has a passion for the ham radio, and we're always willing to help you. So maybe thinking of a passion that you have, that you once had, that you could rekindle, that we would be more than willing to help you here to, bring that to the village. And so make sure that you're reaching out to somebody. There's plenty here to help you.
There's always something important in their lives that they can share too.
That's right.
Have a little group to get together for coffee or tea.
Yep, and that's all I have for my portion today.
Well, this was a full morning of news and interest and asking for volunteer services. As mentioned before, it's all about you, helping where you feel led. Without volunteers, it wouldn't be the most peaceful place here in the village. And this is a wonderful place to live and to find a place for you. And with that, whether it be the White Elephant, the gardens, library, or even on a committee. So with that, do have an eventful day. Think about these things and make yourself feel alive. And we are all alive right here.
Yeah,
I feel alive with my falls and hits and everything else. Hey, life goes on and you can keep it going. So God bless you and have a good week.
All right, have a great day.